Welcome back. In this part, let's go and create some material for the sink and the faucet. Alright. For the metallic part, you can use the provided base metal, such as this silver pure, or let me see, the titanium pure, iron rough, iron shiny, and all of this good stuff. The aluminium pure, it's looking nice. So first of all, let me show you how to make a perfect metal with just the basic fill layer. For making metal, you need to have a metallic value. So let's put the metallic value on 1, and with no effort we made some metals. For the shininess or glassiness, you have control over the roughness. Alright, and also the color. And yep, that's simple. Now we made some metals. But if you wanted to make accurate metals, scientifically accurate, so we can use this provided base materials. I'm gonna select on my fill layer and select on aluminium pure, and it's going to replace that material. Alright, let me rotate the light, and yeah, it's good. Let me call this base. Alright, and see here the concept, and we just need to add some maybe edge imperfection in roughness value. So let's go and add a fill layer, call that roughness, and alt click on roughness to keep just the roughness value, roughness channel. Add a black mask and fill layer, and let's go to our textures. Yep, let me find a texture grayscale, something like maybe this one. Drag and drop it, and as you can see, we just made some imperfection in roughness value. Let's go back to material, made it more rough to see more clearly. Go back to your grunge and let's change the grunge value. Alright, let me see and find the UV seams. I guess there's no UV seams, but let's add a UV checker generator to make sure. So disable all of them, add a fill layer for test, add a generator to that fill layer, and inside generator let's find the UV checker. Alright, now as you can see we have some seams here and here. Let's disable that, and we can barely see. Oh no, yeah, see here we can see the UV seams here. So let's go inside the roughness. Let me delete the checker, go to grunge and make it triplanar. And now you need to have more repeat, so let me repeat that 3 times. Right, and there's no more UV seams. Alright, it's good. And let me change the grunge, that's not that impressive, so maybe something like maybe this one. Yeah, it's not too bad. So after this grunge, let's add a generator and select the curvature generator. And let's see the result by holding Alt and click on the mask. Let's go to curvature, balance that, invert, because I'm targeting the edges. And let's play with the settings. Alright, now let's go back to our curvature and maybe move this one up and change the blending mode to something like here, the darken. Alright, now let's invert that, because I guess this is more accurate. Let the edges be cleaner, and yeah, it's more like it. So we go back and maybe 2 times of repeat in grunge. Alright. Now let's go up at another fill layer, call that AO dirt. Just keep the color and roughness a little bit rougher, and the color maybe here, and change the blending mode to multiply if it's a little bit too dark. So yeah, it's good. And let's make the O capital, right? Now add a generator, or yeah, no. Let me add a black mask and add a generator to black mask and use the ambient occlusion. Let's see the mask. Go to generator and let's balance that somewhere around here. Alright, and let's break the edges by adding a fill layer. Set that to darken or mean, and let's find a nice grunge. Let me see this one. Yeah, drag and drop. As always, set that to planner. Maybe tile it 3 times, or switch that to multiply. Yeah, multiply is more suitable. And yeah, that we have some dirty sink. Alright. Now let's select all of them. Oh, first of all, create a folder and call that sink inside the sink. Drag and drop all of them inside the sink, and let's add a black mask, and with the polygon fill and mesh fill, let's select the just sink. Alright. And create another folder and call that for now F or Faucet, and let's select the only Faucet. So let's drag and Control C and Control V, all of them inside the Faucet. And now let's go and change the settings. So for the roughness, let's leave that. Let's go to AO and no grunge this time. Let's go and change the settings. Something like this. Alright, now the curvature one. We drop the opacity here. Right, that's good for now. We see all of them together, show all. Maybe a little bit less of this grunge here. And a little bit less of this grunge on AO dirt. Alright, now we have something like this. Alright, now let's go and add some metallic to these handles. So let's go and this time use one of the smart materials. It's still dark. Right, let's drag and drop it inside. Let me see in through the camera. It's a little bit too dark. So let's go inside the still dark, and it has a scratch layer and metal layer in the advanced parameters. Oh, first of all, I'm using OpenGL, so let's convert the normal to OpenGL. And let's make it a little bit lighter, a little bit more. And less shiny. We have metal roughness here. Make it a little bit rough. Now let's make it a little bit darker. So yeah, it's good. Alright, I guess that's enough for now. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Maybe a little bit normal value, it's not a bad thing to add, so let's add a fill layer and call that normal and use the height value only. Add a little bit of positive black mass, fill layer, and let's find a texture of maybe this PNW spot. Guess that's good enough, and we have no visible seam because if I zoom really closely here, I hide the seams here behind the camera view. You can see really the seams. Yeah. Let's go back to camera view, and if you want, you can lock your camera. Let's go to camera inside the display setting, and here you can click on the lock, and if I click the unlock, I no longer have control over the zoom in camera, and I need to switch to camera if I want to move in a scene. So let's go and unlock it. Alrighty then, it's good. I think I need to move this glass up, because let me hold Ctrl Alt and right click on clock. Let's go to F3 and find the clock. Where is it? Here. I have some mesh inside or behind the glass, and as you know, we can't see the opacity value or non-opaque things inside the viewport with the shader. So I need to move that in model level and put it back after texturing.